Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to map out the exact steps you need to take to go from just being curious about AI to becoming a real expert in this incredible field. So this is the big question, isn't it? You see all the headlines, you hear about the crazy breakthroughs, and it's so easy to feel like the path to AI expertise is, impossibly complex. It can feel totally overwhelming. But I'm telling you, it really doesn't have to be.
The truth is, there's no secret handshake or magic formula here. Becoming an expert in AI is a journey, a challenging one for sure, but it's a journey with really clear milestones. And just like any great adventure, the key to succeeding is having a good map. And that is exactly what we are laying out for you today.
Here it is. This is our map for today's journey. Our quest begins right now. First, we're going to tackle the most critical part, laying the foundation. Then we'll move into mastering core AI skills, followed by the really fun part, choosing your path. And we'll wrap up by looking at why this is truly a never-ending journey.
All right, let's dive into our first major stop, the foundation. Every great structure needs one. You can't build a skyscraper on sand, and you definitely can't build world-class AI expertise on a shaky base. This is where the real work starts. And this foundation, it really rests on two essential pillars that you just can't skip. On one side, you have the universal language of math, which gives us all the theory. And on the other, you've got the practical tools of code, which is how we bring all that theory to life. So let's break down what this math actually does for us. First up, linear algebra. This is literally how AI sees the world. Think of an image or a spreadsheet as just a giant grid of numbers, a matrix. Linear algebra gives us the rules to work with that grid. Then there's calculus. This is the engine that drives learning in a model. It's a process called optimization, and it's what allows a model to get a tiny bit smarter with every single piece of data it sees. And finally, probability and statistics. These are absolutely crucial for dealing with uncertainty and, for proving that our models actually work.
Now for that other pillar, the code. In the AI world, Python is the hands-down champion. It's just simpler to use and has these incredibly powerful libraries. But just knowing the language, well, that's not quite enough. You need to understand data structures to handle massive amounts of information efficiently, and you need algorithms to build the smart, logical heart of any AI program.
Okay, so once that foundation is solid, it's time to actually start building the structure on top of it. This next stage is all about mastering the core concepts of AI itself. This is where you really level up from being a general programmer to having specialized expertise.
And at the very core of all modern AI is machine learning. This is just a game-changing idea. Instead of us humans writing millions of lines of rules, we just give the computer a ton of data and let it figure out the patterns for itself. It's this fundamental shift from programming a computer to teaching it.
And learning AI itself follows a pretty logical path. You usually start with the foundational machine learning algorithms. From there, you graduate to deep learning and the powerful neural networks that are kind of inspired by the human brain. And then finally, you get to explore the really cutting-edge stuff, the advanced model architectures that are defining the future of this field.
So once you've got a solid grasp of the core concepts, you're going to arrive at a fork in the road. And this is a big one. You see, the field of AI is huge, and you can't be an expert in all of it. So the next part of the journey is about choosing a path and going deep. It's time to specialize. Now, two of the biggest domains right now are computer vision, or CV, and natural language processing, which we call NLP. So you kind of have to ask yourself a question. Are you more passionate about teaching machines to see and understand the visual world? Or are you more drawn to teaching them to understand and speak human language?
Let's look a little closer at the differences. So with computer vision, the goal is all about interpreting visual data. This is the stuff that powers self-driving cars and medical imaging, and it often uses tech like convolutional neural networks. NLP, on the other hand, is all about understanding language, which is what powers the chatbots and translation tools we use every day. And that field is currently driven by this revolutionary technology called transformer models.
So, you've laid the foundation, you've mastered the core skills, you even chose your specialty. The journey's over, right? You're an expert now? Well, not quite. This brings us to the final and maybe the most important part of our map, understanding that expertise in AI is not a final destination.
This quote just nails it. In a field that is moving this fast, standing still means you're falling behind. True expertise isn't some certificate you hang on the wall. It is a full-on commitment to constantly exploring what's new and adapting to it.
Just think about it for a second. The entire field is constantly evolving. New models that are way more powerful and efficient are being released all the time. Groundbreaking research papers come out weekly. The quest for knowledge doesn't stop when you land a job or finish a project. In a lot of ways, that's when it really begins.
So there you have it. The map is laid out right in front of you, from that foundational bedrock to the specialized peaks and all the way to that continuous path of lifelong learning. The roadmap is clear. The only question left is also the most exciting one. What will you learn first?